Hey guys, welcome to Club Cal Online. I'm Coach Seth. I'm here with Coach Grace today. We're going to be taking you guys through a lower body mobility routine. A lot of pancake work. So we're going to start right in place, guys, with some jogging. Just right in place. If you guys have some space to run around, feel free. Grace is just going to stay right on her mat. We're just going to get the heart rate up a little bit before we get going. Can you go a little faster? You're running kind of slow. She filmed before this, so Grace is pretty warm, but you guys want to get warm at home. Keep it going, moving the arms, moving the legs. You got 30 seconds left. You can go faster than that. Keep going, guys. We got 10 seconds more. Moving the arms, moving the legs. 3, 2, 1, right into jumping jacks. Old school jumping jacks. We got 1 minute. That's good pace.
Can't really go any slower on jumping jacks.
No,
Really
you can't jump slow. As you guys warm up on these jumping jacks, get the arms a little bit closer to each other overhead. Even though we're not focused on the upper body, it'll feel good to open that up too. Keep it going, 20 seconds left. Watch out for your mat. Few more seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. You made it. All right, we're gonna go right into some clock lunges, guys. So Grace is gonna lunge forward. She's gonna lunge to the side. She's gonna lunge backward. And then she's gonna do a curtsy lunge by crossing her legs. You guys can join at home. We're gonna do 3 per leg. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're going forward, out to the side. That looks like a Cossack squat, reverse lunge, and curtsy. 2 more on this same leg. Forward lunge, out to a Cossack, reverse lunge, and curtsy. As we warm up, we're getting a little bit lower on every lunge. Reverse lunge, and curtsy. Let's switch legs, guys. Same thing. So we're lunging forward to start. Out to the side. Reverse lunge. And curtsy. 2 more like this. Forward lunge. Out to the side. Reverse. Curtsy. 1 more time around. Forward lunge. Side lunge, reverse, and curtsy. Awesome. So we should be getting a little bit warmer already. We're gonna go right down onto your mat, hands and knees. Forgot to mention tools, but all you guys need today is just a mat. So Grace is down on hands and knees. She's gonna pick 1 leg and she's gonna draw a big circle. She's gonna bring her knee back behind her, up around in a big circle. When her knee comes back to the floor, she's gonna pause and reverse, go back the other way. So we're just doing a joint circle one way, pause, other way. You guys can join at home. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice, Grace. Now Grace is doing a really good job of not hiking her hip way up in the air. I want you guys to pretend like you have something balancing on your low back. Glass of champagne is a good example. Try not to move your low back. Try not to tip that glass. Grace is doing a really good job of that. We're spending a whole minute on each leg. You guys are halfway, 30 seconds on this side. It helps to picture that upper leg bone, your femur, just right into the socket, and you're just trying to draw the biggest circle with your knee as you can. Every circle gets a little bigger as you guys warm up. 10 seconds left. How you feeling?
Good.
3, 2, 1, and we're switching legs, guys. 3, 2, 1, and go. Big circle. If your arms get tired or your wrists get sore, guys, you can do any hand position. You can go on the knuckles, turn the fingers any direction, doesn't matter. But I do want you guys to try to keep your arms straight. That just ensures that all the movement's happening from your hip. Nice, Grace. Remember that champagne glass? Keeping that low back super stable. It's not about how far your leg can go, it's more about the contraction, about the squeeze, about your range of motion without moving the rest of your body. 15 seconds to go. Nice, Grace. In 3, 2, 1, I'm going to have you guys return to standing again. And now I'm going to have Grace step on her mat, and we're going to go into a really wide squat. So you guys could call this a plie squat or a horse stance squat. What I'm going to have Grace do, and you guys at home, is push your knees out super wide as you squat down. So we're going to watch Grace do a couple reps here, and then we'll join her. So knees super wide, you're going to feel a stretch on the inside of your thighs. 3, 2, 1, you guys can join us at home. We got 1 minute here. The angle of your foot is up to you. Maybe you guys have them tilted straight out, maybe a little far forward. Just try to keep your knees pushing out over the middle of your feet. That's really all I'm looking for. Grace has a middle split, so she can get really, really wide. And keep it going, guys. So we're pushing those knees out super wide. Is that a big stretch?
Yeah, that's good.
Grace is getting down to about parallel. That's probably where you guys will get to. Just go down to where you feel a stretch, come back up. Maybe you don't make it down all that far. That's okay. Just trying to stretch these a little bit. Working toward our pancake stuff. Few seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Nice, Grace. Stand it up, shake the legs out. We are going back down onto the floor, onto our mat. We're going into what's called a 90-90 position. So you guys can watch this first and then you'll join us. So 90-90 means we have 90 degrees in the front knee, 90 degrees in the back knee, and also 90 degrees between our thighs. So you can bring that back knee in just a little bit if you want. So first up, I just want you to try to sit in this position. So I want you guys to get down to the floor, try this right now. For some of us, this is tough. Grace makes this look really super easy. Is it easy?
Yeah, I feel a stretch in this leg.
Can you bring this knee down to the floor? So try to glue both knees to the floor, even if they don't touch. Doesn't matter which side you guys are on. What I want you to do is look at your back leg. Keep your heel down, and I want you guys just to raise this back knee up off the floor and set it back down. We're just gonna go for reps here for about 30 seconds. This front knee stays glued to the floor or as close to the floor as you can manage. Nice. And we're just rotating that back hip and pivoting on our heel, just like Grace is doing there. If you guys need to, you can put your hands on the floor. I prefer fingertips if you do. Or you can keep your hands off the floor. That's a little more advanced. How you doing?
Good.
So on this next rep, guys, we're going to slowly transition to 90-90 on the other side. So Grace is going to lift this knee. This whole time, I want you guys to keep your knees as far apart as you can. She's going to lead with the front leg. This back leg is slowly going to peel up, and she's slowly transitioning, again, pushing the legs apart until she gets down to the other side. Nice, Grace. Reset yourself a little bit so you're back to that 90, 90, 90. Sit up nice and straight. Look at your back leg again, and now we're going to do that same thing with our rear leg. Now to the other one. 30 seconds. Heel is down, lifting that leg up, rotating the hip. Try to glue that front leg a little bit closer to the floor. So there's a lot of stretch on the inner thighs. There's that rotational aspect. You're going to feel some stretching. Should feel pretty good as well, sitting in this position. You might cramp too. No problem if you do. Just try to stick with it. Nice, Grace. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do that same thing. That back leg leads. Slowly transition. Really try to pry those knees apart as you move from one side to the other. Nice, Grace. For the next minute, guys, you're going to just transfer back and forth. So Grace is going to go again. She's going to lead with this back leg. Lift as far as she can. Push the knees apart. Slowly transition. The outer hips, the muscles that are pushing your knees apart, they're active this whole time. Nice, Grace. If you need to put your hands on the floor, that's okay. If you can keep your hands up, awesome. Go for it. Challenge yourself. We're only doing this for a minute. How you doing, Grace? Nice, nice, nice. We're almost there, guys. We got 10 more seconds. Keep leading with the front leg, keeping the back leg back. You can do whatever you need to with the arms. Sometimes I just stick them straight out to the side, squeeze my fists. 3, 2, 1. I want you guys to find yourself in this middle position and then just straighten your legs out. And now we're in pancake. So this is where we were headed today. So pancake position, legs are straight, and I want you guys just to lean forward and explore this pancake for a little while. One of my favorite things when I get into a pancake is I just walk my hands over toward one leg, walk them over toward the other leg. Nice, Grace. So you guys at home, we're just exploring this position. If you need to, something that's really beneficial is raising your butt up a little bit. So if you're finding it really hard to get into a pancake, put a pillow, a yoga block, a little stool, something under your butt. It'll raise you up, make this a little easier. You can use that for the whole rest of the class. How you feeling?
Good.
Now we're going to do a little bit of side reach. So Grace is going to take one elbow. Let's have her do her left elbow. Tuck it inside her leg, and she's going to reach over with her right arm. And then she's going to transfer to the other side, and she's going to tuck her elbow in and reach her arm up. So we're just twisting our chest up toward the ceiling as we reach overhead with the other arm. This is just going to stretch our back and our hamstrings a little bit more targeted. Just go back and forth at your own pace. Again, just exploring, opening up this position, and then we'll get to the work. The whole time through this series, we're going to try to keep our legs locked. So as we're moving through this, I want you guys to try your best. If you need to bend the knees a little bit because you might have some discomfort right behind the knee, any kind of nervy thing, it's okay to bend the knees a bit. If you don't have any reason not to, try to keep those legs straight. 3, 2, 1, and release. Stay in your pancake position. Real quick talk about pancake. When it comes to calisthenics and trying to work on your pancake to transfer toward a lot of different skills, especially press work, handstand press, we want to bring the legs to about 90 degrees away from each other. If you have a good middle split like Grace does, she could bring her legs way out wide and then lean forward. It's a little different. It's a little easier. So I want you guys to challenge yourself. Get 90 degrees between your legs. Bring your chest up high, and we're just going to, with a flat back, lean as far forward as we can, and then come back up for reps for about 30 seconds here. Nice. Grace automatically brought her arms up. That is what I prefer. The back is going to round a little bit, but try to keep it as flat as you can. And if we're in that 90 degrees, it's going to be harder to get lower. Maybe you're someone that can get all the way flat with your legs way out wide. Maybe 90 is a little more challenging for you. Got a few more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Nice. So you guys are going to stay in this pancake still. We're never going to come out of it, and not till the end. We're going to make this pancake position really active. So what I want you guys to do is get down into a stretch position for you. You can put your arms on the floor for now. We're going to hold as deep into your pancake as you can, statically for about 30 seconds now. When we decide to make this active, I'm going to have you, when we get there, you're going to put your arms straight out to the side. You're going to flatten your back as best you can. You're going to squeeze everything in your body. And what you're going to try to imagine, Grace, I'll have you demo. Take your hands off the floor. You guys at home, just stay in your stretch. You're going to imagine there's a wall right here, keeping you from coming up any higher. And you're going to push against it, and you're going to push your legs down into the floor at the same time. So you're essentially going to try to open yourself up. But you're going to squeeze your whole body and resist against it. We're going to hold that for about 10 seconds, and then we're going to reverse it, and that is you're going to try to compress yourself down to the floor as much as you can. You're not using your arms. You're not using added weight. It's all coming just from your own muscles. Cool. So everybody at home, you guys are down in that stretch. Grace is going back down there. I want you to lift your arms off the floor. I want you to squeeze your arms, squeeze your core, point your toes, and now I want you to slowly start to drive your legs into the floor and drive your back up into this imaginary block. And I want you guys to slowly ramp up your effort. Let's say about 25% right now. About 50%. We're turning on this contraction. About 75%. Now your strongest, safest contraction, pushing heels down, lifting chest up, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7. You should feel the back muscles. You should feel your hamstrings pressing down into the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to compress yourself. Try to pull your chest to the floor. Lift your legs off the floor. 7, 6, 5. This should be really tough. 3, 2, 1. Freeze where you are. Put your hands on the floor and breathe. Relax. How'd that go, Grace?
It's tough.
It's really tough. So Grace and you guys at home, each time we do this, and we're going to do 2 more rounds, you should find yourself relaxing in a slightly deeper position. This is a really active way of approaching mobility. So we're breathing, we're hanging out down here. We'll get active again in about 15 seconds. Now listen to your body. If the hamstrings are feeling maybe a little unsafe, you're going to gauge the intensity based on where you're at. If you've done this a lot, maybe you've done this class many times, you can really ramp it up. The more tension you put throughout your body, the more work is going to get done. Ready, Grace? Mm-hmm. So arms up. I'm still going to have you down in that position. So I still want you guys down into that stretch position. Arms out, squeeze the arms, squeeze the chest, squeeze the legs, point the toes, lock the quads. And now we're slowly ramping up that contraction about 25%, pushing up against an imaginary force. 50%, pressing the heels down into the floor. 75%, we should feel the hamstrings, feel the back, feel the core. Strongest, safest contraction, hold. 10, 9, 8, squeeze the fists. That's a good reminder to squeeze everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now compress yourself, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, everything's tight. Core, arms, legs, toes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and freeze. Relax. You guys should feel your body temperature raise every one of these rounds. That tension through your whole body, we call it irradiation. It's, again, the more tension, the more work's getting done. Okay, so guys, we're still just holding that passive stretch, holding it down. So we're not pushing at this point, we're not pulling, we're just relaxing down into that stretch position. Thinking about what's coming up, we have one more round like that. One more active round. You ready, Grace? Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Stay down into that stretch position. Again, we're trying to get deeper every time. Bring the arms up. You can hold them to your chest, put them out to the side, whatever. Legs tight, arms tight, core's tight. Let's push down into the floor, push up into the immovable object. Hold 25%. Raise that contraction 50%. Keep squeezing, raise it 75%. Strongest, safest, hold and squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. The legs are pushing down, the chest is pushing up, but we're not moving. 3, 2, 1. Compress yourself, pull yourself into that pancake. 8, 7, 6, 5. Point the toes, lock the quads. 3, 2, 1. Relax down into that pancake. That's it. We're gonna hold this passive stretch for another 30 seconds, and then we're done. Nice job, Grace. So we did all the work. Now we're trying to ramp down your system. You can approach mobility work, think of it the same way you think of strength work. If you want to open up new range of motion, you have to build strength in that new range of motion. And you also have to do something a little more intense than the last time. Iterative, step-by-step changes. Okay. Grace, you guys at home, slowly come out of that position. You've been in a pancake for about 6 minutes. Yep. What I'm gonna have you guys do is bring your knees out in front of you, and we're just gonna do some hip swivels. So right here, swiveling side to side. Just taking it easy. About 30 seconds here. How you doing?
Good. It's hard.
If you guys really want to improve your pancake, that is the most potent exercise that I have in my arsenal. I recommend you guys do that. Do it a few times a week. You're gonna be sore the first number of times you do it. All right. You guys can release that. Feel free to do anything else that you need to feel like you need to go on with your day. But that's it for today. Hopefully that pancake's looking good. I'll see you guys next time.